What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here, and I wish I could have played that beat out. That's actually a beat I wrote, and actually gets good. Right, it starts. There's a cool little breakdown right after that, right before it ends. I should have kept it going longer. I don't know why I don't switch that up, but welcome to the show, you guys. Today we're going to be discussing the U.A.P report that went out to Congress. Well, there is actually from John Greenwald from the Black Vault had been working on getting some parts of it declassified for a while now, and unfortunately, obviously you can't get the whole thing declassified, but he did get some new sections of it declassified, which they don't really bring anything too like new or spectacular to it, but it's more like, you know, the stuff you got to read between the lines to see the coolness of this report, which I was super stoked to see. What up, Justin? How you doing? What up, alien girl? Paul, what do you got? How you doing, buddy? Cool intro art by Olaf. By Olaf Rockner. That's right. Olaf Rockner did the that art. That was a artist rendering of my UFO experience, which I commissioned through Olaf Rockner, who will actually be coming on my show and doing an interview with, so we can discuss his other UFO art and cool stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that episode. It'll be coming up sometime in the next couple of weeks. Sometime. He's probably the best UFO artist out there, like hands down. So if you ever want to see your UFO experience brought to life on a piece of paper, he's the man to go see. So definitely go and check his stuff out. Anyway, what up, Pro Scooter Shenanigans? How you doing, buddy? Alien Girl is saying, awesome. I love his work. Yes, I do too. It's fucking super cool, dude. So yeah, we got this. We got a couple different things to discuss. But let's take a look at the. What up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? We're going to take a look at the report right now. Let me see if I can share it. See if it just pops up here. No. Here we go. That should work. Okay. I'm doing fine as apple wine, my sir. Excellent. Very good, Pro Scooter. Glad to hear that. Doing fine as apple wine. All right. So can you guys see my screen? Let's make sure of that. Okay, so there I am on the side. I see it. And then I do see the thing for Google Drive. All right, so I should be able to just go right back to there. Right, let's see. Oh, maybe not. All right, there we go. So I should still be sharing. I think you guys can still see me and see the report. Correct? Hopefully, because I can't see your replies. I should be able to. I guess I could have it loaded up here on YouTube on my phone at the same time, but I'm too lazy for all that. Anyway, so here we have the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. So this is all stuff that, you know, the scope, any assumptions, this is all stuff that we'd read before in the other, the 9-page report that was released by Congress. Out of it's like a 230-page report, and we get 9 pages, which is fucking ridiculous. What's interesting though is they added something new to this report. So as they're going along naming all the intelligence agencies, then you come to one here there's an agency that's blocked out. Has anyone noticed that? Why is this agent? So there's an agency that's fucking completely blocked out, like the entire agency, even its acronym is classified. So all these black bars that you see on the writing here, for people who don't know, just in case, these are things that are being blocked out by the government because it's classified. So it's some information that they don't want getting out. A lot of times it's something normal, it's mundane stuff, as somebody's address or something simple like that. But then other times it's, you know, really important stuff. So they block it out. It's real sensitive information. So something here is so sensitive that they blocked out the the acronym for the agency, whatever agency it is that's collecting this data. Yeah, so let's see here. So the executive summary, the limited amount of high quality reporting on UAP hampers our ability to draw firm conclusions about the nature or intent of UAP. The task force considered a range of information on UAP described in U.S. military and IC intelligence community reporting, but because the reporting lacked sufficient specificity, shut the fuck up, ultimately recognized that a unique tailored reporting process was required to provide sufficient data for analysis of UAP events. Obviously. As a result, the task force concentrated its reviews on blanked out, describing incidents that occurred between 2004 and 2021, the majority of which are a result of new tailored processes to better capture UAP events through formalized reporting. Most of the UAP reported probably do represent physical objects, given that a majority of UAP registered across multiple sensors to include radar, infrared, electro-optical, weapons, seekers, and visual observation. In a limited number of incidents, UAP reportedly appeared to exhibit unusual flight characteristics, including several which involving blank. The observations could be the result of sensor errors. Yeah, bullshit, whatever. So we already know all about that, really. I'm going to try to find the good stuff here. Let's see. Limited data, inconsistency in reporting are key challenges to evaluating UAP. No standardized reporting mechanism existed until the Navy established one in March 2019. The Air Force subsequently adopted that mechanism in November 2020, but it remains limited to U.S. government reporting. The task force regularly heard anecdotal during its research about other observations that occurred, but which were never captured in formal or informal reporting by those observers. So it was people just telling them stories. It's just like, this is what I saw, but they never captured anything. But notice how it's the Navy that started this and established this fucking mechanism for reporting to take place. That's just remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind because that'll come up again later. After carefully considering the information, the task force focused on a data set of blank, probably describing blank, that involved UAP largely witnessed firsthand by military aviators and that were collected from systems considered to be reliable. These reports describe incidents that occurred between 2004 and 2021, with the majority coming in the last 2 years as a new reporting mechanism became better known to the military aviation community. In only one instance were they able to identify, that's the fucking deflating balloon, whatever. Okay, so this is what's important, that they were focusing on reports that happened between 2004 and 2021. All right. I'm sorry. Let me go back to you guys' comments here for a second. They're focused on it between those dates, and most of the reports came within the last 2 years. Okay, so as soon as they had a mechanism set up for reporting these UFO incidents, all of a sudden they get a whole shitload of reports. But the whole time before that, they were barely getting any. So it just goes to show you that the UAP, these incursions into military activities and stuff, it just goes to show that these things happen probably 10 times as much as they think it does, or as they're showing us. So, for every one report that they're getting, there's probably 10 of them that didn't get reported, because it just shows all the fucking, as soon as they had a mechanism for reporting UFOs, next thing you know, they're getting tons of UFO reports. I mean, most of them came in the last 2 years since the mechanism started. And since that started, that's when they got most of their fucking UFO reports. And blame it on Russia. Techno hippie. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's Russia's fault. That's funny. What up, Will MC? How you doing, buddy? Hey, I got your email too. I did get your email, definitely, buddy. Yeah, no, see, and that's the thing. The majority of it was from, that's when they got most of the reporting was in it. And that's only because that's when the Navy came up with a way to start to figure out a way for them to report everything and to not feel weird about it and shit, you know? So that's what's, let me see. Let me go back to there. That's what's important. So there's some other stuff in here. Let me see if I can find it. Because I was just looking through this, looking for all the new stuff that, you know, that wasn't put out in the last one. So one of the problems, like right here, they're having problems with reporting the UFOs because of the stigma attached to it. And so what they're doing is they're telling people in the higher up echelon of the military, of the Navy and stuff, and the scientific community to go ahead and come out and start talking about UAPs and how it's a legitimate science and it's okay to report them. It's important to report them. And I've actually, you've seen them fucking doing this. You see this implemented into the media because you start seeing all these people from the Pentagon and from the military and Lou Elizondo and Christopher Mellon and other guys, Hal Puthoff and Eric Davies and stuff. These guys will come out and they're just, you know, putting the information out there, just getting everybody used to it being a scientific subject as opposed to a pseudoscience. So this is cool. Sensor vantage points and the number of sensors concurrently observing an object play substantial roles in distinguishing UAP from known objects and determining whether a UAP demonstrates breakthrough aerospace capabilities. Optical sensors have the benefit of providing some insight into relative size, shape, and structure. Radio frequency sensors provide more accurate velocity and range information. So that's so cool, dude, that they're able to fucking, you know, with optical sensors, they're able to get high quality video and photos of these things, dude. And get the range, the fucking, like the speed of it, how, you know, how far it's going, to how fast it's going, its altitude, all those other things. I mean, it's just so fucking cool, dude. So although there was a wide variability in the reports of the data, and the data set is currently too limited to allow for detailed trend or pattern analysis, there was some clustering of UAP observations regarding shape, size, and particularly propulsion. Interesting. UAP sightings also tend to cluster around U.S. training and testing grounds, but we assess that this may result from a collection bias as a result of focused attention, greater numbers of latest generation sensors operating in those areas unit expectations and guidance to report anomalies. Yeah, of course, dude. So now that they're actually trying to look for it, of course, you know, duh. I mean, come on, give me a break, dude. UAP sightings also tend to cluster around U.S. training and testing grounds. No, they don't. It's just now that their fucking equipment is actually looking for them, they just see them everywhere. But the fact that the UAP sightings do happen around military training bases is an important point that should be noted for everybody, for the researchers and for Congress. Now, this is what's really cool. I like this. The most common shape described by military personnel in reporting was a blank. Military aviators describe many of these blanks objects as blank or blank that blank. Several sightings were blank and resembled blank, shapes like a blank or a blank blank. Okay. So what's fucking crazy is that They have a specific fucking UFO that they deal with constantly that they probably know for a fact is not any other. It's not any other nation's aircraft. It's not ours. It's not theirs. It belongs to somebody else. It belongs to other. But they won't tell us the fucking shape of it. They won't tell us which one it is. Like one of them is probably known to be of extraterrestrial origin, or probably not of extraterrestrial. Maybe they don't know of it being extraterrestrial. They just know of it not of being non-terrestrial, something not from man. Something that man didn't create. So whatever that means. Does it mean that somebody else from a civilization that came before us created? Maybe. Or from outer space? Maybe. Who knows? I'm just saying man didn't create it, and they have a specific one that they know for a fact was not created by man. And they're not telling us this, but so whatever one there's one of them we're going to find out one day that we know for a fact this one is not from us. So this is definitely probably extraterrestrial. This is the shape. So if you see this style of UFO, you're looking at a definite alien, Ooh, I wonder what's under that black smudge. Yeah, I know. I'd love to know what it says, right? That's blinking blank, right, you guys? Exactly. Yeah, they had a close-up on some UFO channel. Forgot which one. Yeah, they had some bleed through. Yeah, you can see it on here too. I saw it too, but it's nothing you can discern, I've even put it through some software trying to bring it out and shit, and it's real. It's not even like language, it's like it's like bleed through of just computer gibberish. Yeah, okay. So that piece of paper that they magnified for Jesse Montreal is such bullshit, dude. Those guys, they're fucking, I'm sorry, dude, but there's none of that stuff on that paper says anything like that. The guys, they're full of shit, dude. They're just they're putting on there what you want, and they're clearing it up, editing it themselves to make it look like it says this. But they're not getting that information. They simply, the quality of the footage of that picture is not enough. All you can do is enlarge the pixels. That's it. That's all you can do for trying to zoom in on that. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to zoom in and clear it up. It's not like they can digitally fucking clear it up. All they can do is zoom in on the pixels and enlarge the pixels. That's it. So when you make it out like, oh, you can see words, they're full of shit. They're making that up because you can't do that. All you can do is enlarge the pixels, which is just going to show a fucking blob. I'm sorry, but the footage and the type of film they had back then, you're not able, it's not like it's fucking, 2.7K or 4K or something like that, where you can enlarge the image and it still stays clear. It's like fucking, it's not even like 35 millimeter, dude. It's not even that, it's from fucking 47. I'm sorry, but the guys who put that out there are just full of shit, man. What up, Andy? How you doing, buddy? You have a good radio voice. You should have your own Sirius channel. Thank you, Susie 2020. Yes, I fucking should. I do have a sexy voice, don't I? I fucking love it. She said good radio voice. I said sexy, but whatever. Close enough. What's mixed? Well, the point, they're not putting this out. This is something that's requested by John Greenwald from Black Vault. So he's requesting this, FIOA request, basically. Joe, hi, so happy to see you live, man. Yeah, all right, man. All good. You always make sense. That's right. Yes, I do. So, but that's why he made a Freedom of Information request, and he got this put out. So they're just blocking a lot of shit out, but soon I'm sure it'll get released where all this shit is taken away. And, it's only until these certain sensors and these means for collecting the information, when that stuff becomes public, then this will all become public. I wish you could read it in full. Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let me go back to these yeah, but it's really cool that they have a certain type of UFO that they know is a UFO. That's really neat. Now here they're talking about how these U.A.P are fighting against the wind, like it's or like they're like the pilot is talking about how he can barely keep his plane aloft because the wind, the turbulence is so hard, it's fucking his jet up, and yet the UFO is like perfectly still, and they're like, and it's in this report, and they're like just like amazed at seeing this craft being perfectly still when their craft is getting blown all over the place from the turbulence. They're like, how is this fucking possible? I don't even know how pilots recognize turbulence, but they do. Like, pilots are able to see turbulence coming for some reason. I don't know how that works in aviation. I'm not a pilot, but because somehow, I just, always notice your pilot come like, oh, we got some turbulence coming up. So, buckle up or whatever. And then the turbulence comes up, like they recognize it before it comes up. So they must know that the U.A.P is, running into turbulence, yet it's not being affected by it. So let's see. Just trying to go through the report again and see because a lot of stuff was actually, they summed it up or they did brief synopsis of this stuff in the original report that they released. So I don't want to have to go over that crap again. Okay, so this is one point I like to point out, okay, especially to my homies, Third Phase of Moon. United States government or industry development programs. Some U.A.P observations could be attributable to classified USG aerospace programs or systems under development by commercial aerospace firms. We were unable to confirm, however, that these systems accounted for any of the U.A.P reports we collected. So they're not able to account, they're not able to say that any of the reports they had could be attributed to the United States government or to private corporations. None of them none of the sightings could be attributed to these guys, to any of this stuff, or to even foreign adversary systems. Because they're saying that here, some U.A.P may be intelligence collection platforms developed by China and Russia, blah, 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 blah. However, they were unable to prove any of that. Most likely, it's going to land here in the other, that the fucking UFOs are the U.A.Ps most likely are from this other category. Sorry, I'm still reading in on this. I'm looking at the same time, so this one is, talking about the safety and concern about UAPs and what they can, to pilots and shit like that. And, so when people say threat, okay, so like, Greer's going off using people when they say, oh, it's a threat to national security or it's a threat to this. They're trying to go off, say, oh, well, these guys are saying it's a threat, like it's an enemy. Okay, like it's something bad, like they're against us and we need to take them down because they're a threat. But that's not the case, okay? When they're saying threat, they're saying that there's a potential for an accident to occur. Not that it's a threat like they're threatening to hurt you, okay? It's a threat as in there is a potential for an incident to occur that could have a bad effect on a person, which we wouldn't want. If two planes collided in the air, you could have harm happen to people on board the planes. All right. So that's all they mean by saying threat. So when you go around trying to make them like Lou Elizondo, make these guys out to be a bad guy because they use the word threat, you're just trying to make these guys look bad instead of you taking what they're actually saying and you're dismantling what they're saying and trying to make it fit your own narrative. You're taking what they're saying. It's like, oh, okay, let's flip it to mean this because they say threat can mean a number of different things. So we're going to say it means this when in actuality, what they're meaning is that. But Greer is ignoring that shit and saying, no, they mean threat, as in this is going to be a hoax. Alien, this is going to be an alien invasion, and we need to arm ourselves and be ready, prepared to fight off the alien invaders. And that's not what they're saying at all. But they're more than happy to come out and say that shit. Greer is playing his usual games with the threat narrative again. Oh, yeah. Yes, he's an asshole. Hey, Franco, how you doing, buddy? When are we going to do a show? Fucking anytime, buddy. Franco, fucking, you come on right now if you want to, dude. What up, Authentic UFO? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so that's literally, that is exactly what Greer is doing, is taking stuff like that Lou Elizondo or these guys are saying, and then trying to flip it around like it's a bad thing. When they say threat, they don't mean threat as in, oh, they're going to come and hurt us or some shit like that. That's not what they mean. It's like, it's threat as in there is a potential. There is a potential for somebody to be hurt. So this is something we need to watch out for. I mean, anything. A fucking dog can be a threat, okay? Or it can be a good boy. You get what I'm saying? Just because, it doesn't matter if it's you fucking, it could be your dog for fucking 30 years. It could still be a threat because it could bite a kid if the kid goes up and touches the dog's food. Okay, we know well that could, then the dog can be a threat all of a sudden. So it's like, don't try to turn us around and make it like, oh, the aliens are like, we're gonna go and fight the aliens or some shit. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. We can't even figure out how their shit works. Like, we're gonna go and fight them. Like, really? Yeah, anything unidentified in our airspace is a threat. Absolutely, exactly. Even a child's balloon in our airspace, that if you don't know what it is a threat until you can discern that it's even then, even if you discover it's a child's balloon, it can still be a threat if it's in our airspace, because there is a potential for it to fucking fly into a fucking engine and cause all kinds of damage. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? But there's a threat there. Even if it's just a child's balloon, it's still considered a threat. So, that's what's important to understand. And so when you get people coming around trying to make these guys out to be the bad guys, when they're just trying to flip the terminology around and trying to push their own fucking narrative, instead of just being honest with what's really happening, they just ignore it. And they're like, no, I want to push this narrative. Oh, this guy's a bad guy because of this, because of that. So I'll take anything that he says and try to make it bad, instead of accepting the fucking truth when they know exactly what he means and what he's trying to say. So it's ridiculous when people do that, and it's fucking annoying, dude. It just pisses me off, dude, because it's like, and you know what fucking Greer's doing, and then all this fucking little lackeys are out there trying to carry out his orders. It's not like he's ordering them to go and do it. They're just trying to kiss his ass by doing it for him. This is what he doesn't like. He wants this to fucking happen, so we'll go out and push that narrative for him. And that's what's happening, dude. Yeah, Authentic UFO is saying, dude, if Greer could legitimately summon UFOs at his command, we would all have met ET by now. Exactly. No, because he still would have charged us, $20,000 for us to see that if he was able to actually fucking do that. But, summoning UFOs is not like, that's something that comes along with being a UFO experiencer. I'm talking about being like a real UFO experiencer, the kind like you get from Close Encounters from the Third Kind movie. Like, that's the kind of experiencer I am. Not the Close Encounters of the Third Kind experiencer. I haven't like met an alien, but like you've had close encounters and like weird stuff starts happening to you, and you get like these sensations to go out and look for them in the middle of the night, and they bring you like to weird places, and you have like this uncontrollable urge to be creative and start, making art and stuff to deal with UFOs. Like, it's really weird. Like, it's just something that all experiencers go through. And then the CE5 is something that comes along with it. and you end up doing CE5 without knowing what it is. I was doing CE5 well before I'd even heard of Dr. Greer. You know, I started having my encounters in started in 2000 or end of 2010, beginning of 2011 is when I started having them, and I was doing CE5 before I even heard of Greer. I didn't even hear of Greer until like 2014 or something. Then like 4 or 5 years, I was having UFO experiences before I even heard of Greer. You know, so yeah, but you can see on these just on the different, like just the different reports that they put on here, the stuff that they say on these reports. You know, like hang on, let me go back to the report. Let's see here. Yeah, so we currently lack data to determine any U.A.P are part of a foreign collection program or indicative of a major technological advancement by a potential adversary. So for them to say that the U.A.P, they're coming out telling you the U.A.P is not a piece of government equipment. Okay, it's not a piece of private corporations testing some aerospace platform. It's not a part of a private corporation's equipment. It's not a part of a foreign adversary's equipment. So it's none of these guys. So when you constantly come out and say that the Tic Tac is a man-made fucking project, that we're reverse engineering alien craft and we're designing Tic Tac, and then we're trying to chase and fucking document our own classified program, is ridiculous, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is what Greer is saying, that we're trying to go out and document, like, you know, we're trying to keep it classified, yet we're also at the same time trying to investigate it. Like, really? The military has this huge fucking thing where they investigated the Tic Tac UFO incident, and they have this huge fucking report on it. And if it was our own, why would they have that fucking report? You know, like, why would we be investigating our own secret fucking equipment? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. Here's another one, dude. Observers frequently described unidentified aerial phenomenon as blank, such as blank shaped objects. Look at this, common shapes. Now look at this part right here, you guys. Look, it's common shapes. Oh, this whole thing is blocked out. This is because this is a drawing, you know. They're gonna have drawings of the different shapes, dude. So here's the common shapes. It's gonna have a bunch of different shapes. And they have a fucking booklet of the different pictures of UFOs, dude. And so and here's irregular shapes or less common shapes, dude. So there's not as many of them. I mean, that's fucking awesome. The government has a little booklet of these are the different kind of UFOs that we encounter. I like this, dude. Since its inception, the task force has engaged blank and blank. We have informed the blank in this report. The sections below provide a brief summary of contributions by intelligence disciplines. Geospatial intelligence. I talked about this a long time ago, about these guys need to take a role in UFO hunting, or, you know, looking for UFOs. These guys would be a big deal. All like the NRO and shit like that. Blank, the images and videos captured. Look at that, dude, right there. The images and videos captured. So they got a shitload of them. The United States Navy right there. Boom. There's signal intelligence. Oh, blacked out. Human intelligence, blacked out, of course. So, I mean, that's fucking amazing, dude. So, I think that's it. All right. Yeah. So, stop sharing. What up, Blank? How you doing, buddy? Franco is saying there's no app or diet or politics that makes you an experiencer. You're born this way and it runs in the families. It's genetic like everything else. So they say that, but I don't necessarily believe that to be true. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do see that I have seen evidence for that, but I just don't see it, like it just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me that because well, okay, so yeah, okay, honestly, to be honest with you guys, I actually did have encounters with UFOs when I was a kid. Okay, this is true. All right, I say that my UFO encounter started in 2010 and 11, but I mean that's when I like fucking had my fucking first like encounters like as an adult. But yes, it is true that I did have encounters when I was a kid, and in fact it wasn't just me. It wasn't my entire family. In fact, we were filming the UFOs, dude. We actually had a fucking video camera back then. And this was still when they had the fucking big ones you put on your shoulder, like the big fucking, that you put an actual videotape in. Yeah, we were filming fucking UFOs when we lived out in Las Vegas, man. I was seeing UFOs out there when I was a kid, and then when we lived in Pahrump. And you gotta remember, Pahrum's not even that far from Area 51, but we were seeing UFOs. I'd see crazy UFOs out there. I'd see UFOs like on Mount Charleston and shit, which is like the biggest mountain in Nevada. And I would see like fucking crazy like lights and shit going across the fucking mountaintop where like that doesn't make sense. There's not even a road up there. And they'd just be like, and it was crazy, dude. I would see that shit all the fucking time. But as a kid, I thought, oh, well, it's the military doing something, because I knew the military was all around there doing shit. But I'm like, I don't know, like fucking maybe the helicopter comes in because it would fly and they would go across the fucking mountain. Like it was fucking weird, dude. That's what I thought it was, like a helicopter or something, man. Hey, Q, you fuck, get on here. Yes, I have Mushmucker, and his stuff is crap. All right. Like, so what he's doing, the way his apparatus is set up, having a video camera looking through the telescope like that, anything that gets on the fucking lens between the camera and the scope, or at the end of the scope or whatever, he's fucking zooming in on, and it makes it look like, oh, like this craft is fucking stretching apart. That's a chromatic aberration. All right. And that's what's happening, because when the craft is stretching apart and like growing, his zoom, he's also zooming in at the exact, and it matches the zoom perfectly. Oh, that's interesting. The craft is growing and it matches the zoom perfectly. No, it's fucking, he just doesn't realize what's happening. It's as simple as that. Besides the fact that these craft would literally have to be hundreds of light years long. The craft would literally be, it would take fucking 100 light years to walk from one end of the craft to the other. So it's fucking impossible. The guy simply doesn't understand the mistakes that he's making when building his apparatus. Look at this sexy motherfucker.
Hey,
how you doing, you sexy bitch?
not so bad. What are you rambling on about?
No, I'm talking about John Leonard Walton or whatever his name is. You ever seen him?
No, I'm not sure who you're talking about.
He did a bit talking about the fucking, he was filming UFOs in deep space.
Nope.
No, well, it's okay, man, because he's full of shit, dude. It's a flaw in his equipment. The way he's trying to set up his video camera with a fucking telescope, All right.
Right.
And so he's trying to film it like that, and he's getting debris and shit on, or he's getting like dew and debris, like a little drop of liquid or something on his lens, and then he's zooming into that fucking, the camera's looking through the scope, but it's zooming through the fucking scope to this droplet of water that's on the end, and then it looks like the drop of water looks like it makes this weird fucking shape of light. All right. It makes this weird fucking little shape that he says is an alien spacecraft. But then the shape starts growing and shit and turns into grows like it's really big, like this real big shape. But it's literally matching the growth of this craft matches the zoom. So as it zooms in, the craft grows. And as it stops zooming, it stops growing. It's fucking, they're linked together, because that thing it's not the craft there's no craft there. It's a chromatic aberration. It's a product of the cameras zooming in on this little speck of light that's reflected off a droplet of water on the end of the telescope. So Lantonio, what up, Lantonio? How you doing, buddy? That's all it is. I seen his stuff a long fucking time ago, dude. And not only that, but these craft, if these were really spacecraft that were in deep space that he was filming, they would literally have to be hundreds of light years across. I mean, they would be so fucking big. It doesn't make sense. They would be fucking bigger than the sun, and they'd be bigger than our entire solar system as one single craft. Like, come on, dude. Like, really? This guy just didn't know he just didn't realize how his equipment to make it work properly. Besides the fact that he's using a fucking telescope, which is a refractory telescope. So he's looking fucking backwards in it. So, already he's fucked up there. He should be using a spotting scope, something where he's looking straight on, where the image isn't being flipped through a mirror. Didn't he have a documentary maybe by the Rods guy? Yes, he did. Absolutely. Oh God, what's his name? That's gonna drive me crazy.
It began with M, didn't it?
Yeah. Fuck, what's that? He's like that Mexican guy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got to admit, I used to enjoy looking at the Rods footage.
You know what? When I first heard of it, I thought, this is fucking stupid as fuck. These are clearly got to be bugs somehow. But I'm like, I try, the footage, I would look at it, I'm like, man, how the fuck do you explain that? And as a younger man, I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, it has to do with the shutter speed of a camera. I had no idea. I was like, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, if you just look at the video straight on, that's what it looks like. But that is in fact not what it looks like. It's, because of the shutter speed and how fast this object is moving as opposed to the shutter speed that makes it look like this. That's why you get different kind of effects. Like if you're looking at a helicopter blade, you're looking at the helicopter and it looks like the blades are going backwards slowly. And you're like, that doesn't look right. That's not what they're actually going the other way really fast. But I'm looking at it through my camera and it looks like it's going backwards slowly. Like, why is that? It has to do with the shutter speed and how fast is the object that it's moving, So all kinds of different things happen when when you have a certain shutter speed and something going at a certain speed against it causes it to look drastically different sometimes. I didn't understand that. But as soon as I figured that out, I was like, oh, every rod is fucking explainable. And especially because like they're like, oh, well, where do they die and go to another dimension? Like what happens to their bodies? They're immortal? Like, what the fuck, dude? What did you think?
Interesting optical illusions like that, though, aren't there? Like where you get a plane flying along and it looks as though it's just hanging in the sky, not moving.
Right.
Where we've seen footage of birds where they're not flapping their wings, and again, they're just perfectly still in the sky, and they're not hovering. They are actually moving, and they are flapping the wings, but because of
but the timing of the shutter speed, it looks like it's just thinner still. Yeah, it's just that's interesting. Oh yeah. Random Meta is Random Meta. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Jose something. He's right, dude. It is Jose something, right? The director or whatever is Jose something, right?
Do you know what? Let me look it up.
Yeah, because I remember this guy, dude. And I'm going to tell you the truth. He had some documentaries that I really liked. But the ones with this guy and some of the other things were really stupid. The ones with the rods were stupid, and then the one with the John Leonard Walson or whatever were stupid as fuck. Hey, what's the word here, you guys? What are we talking about? Sorry, I just got here. Oh, Antonio. Well, right, we're looking at the U.A.P report that came out. But now we're talking about this director who does UFO videos, and this guy who had a collection of videos of John Leonard Walson, who claimed to be filming deep space UFOs. But it was in fact just a speck of a droplet of water on the end of a telescope that he was filming through with his video camera. And then, he was using the camera to zoom in on a piece of fucking water or water droplet that was on the lens of his telescope. And so he was inferring that it was in deep space, but it's not. It's actually, he's zooming in on something that's on the telescope. So because the background is he's looking in space, he's assuming that that's also in space, but it's not. It's actually on the lens of his telescope. And he's just an idiot. But what's even worse is that this director guy made a documentary out of this crap. Like, he didn't try to do any kind of actual investigation into his apparatus. He just assumed that this was all legitimate and all worked. And, he didn't come to question like, well, is there anything with the apparatus that we could check to make sure that we're not, just making a mistake on something? But no. Oh yeah, he's got it right there. Jose Escamilla. That's it right there. That is the guy right there, Jose Escamilla. That's right. That's where you got the M from. Where it's like something with an M is Escamilla. Yep, that's him, dude. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, people are so full of shit. It's great. Yeah, right? Exactly. Q, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Why do we always have to get a fucking shot right up your nose? Don't you know where to place the fucking camera?
Yeah, I tend to have my camera.
Put the camera up on top of put it on top of your screen, so it's looking straight at you, because it's such a bad angle from right there. And now it's too high. You're not taking a selfie.
Yeah, see, my screen's a big ass screen. That's the problem. Let me see if I can do something about this.
He's got like this huge ass fucking monitor and shit. He's like, oh fuck. He's like using his 50-inch Samsung TV and shit.
Is that a little bit better?
That is barely better. Almost not. It's almost exactly the same, literally.
It's about 6 inches higher. Yeah, it's awkward.
What is your camera mounted on, dude?
Oh, I was going to point the camera at me stand.
You can't show it. Yeah,
that's not going to work, is it? It's just on. The camera has just got like a little foot that it goes on, that you can mount on the back of your screen. But unfortunately, the back of my screen is
way too high.
Way up
you need
there.
Like a little fucking. You need like a little tripod or something to put it on. Like
Yeah, I've got one. I don't know whether
here like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'll have to sort something out with that.
And then it kind of sucks, but you have to don't worry about seeing the screen all the way and put it right in front of your shit, so you get gets a good view of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something like that.
See, I used to hate that, but I used to have to do the same thing where I'd put my camera and shit right on my computer at a perfect length, even though my shit was shorter or whatever. I had it in the way, so it was kind of blocking my monitor, so I couldn't see a lot of stuff. But so what? It has to. You want to get the good shot. That's what matters.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, I'm live. Antonio, you want to come join?
Yeah, how's that? We're getting there.
Yeah, much better. There you go.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Yes. Lantonio, there's a link right there for you if you want to come join. yeah, this show is open to anybody. If you want to come on and say what's up, if you're trolling, well, you're gonna get your ass handed to you, but that's fine. We always enjoy that.
So you've been doing quite a lot of live streams recently, Kyle. What's going on?
What'd you say?
You've been doing quite a lot of live streams recently. What's going on?
Nothing. Just wanted to get back into it, and like Alien Addicts always inviting me on for crap or whatever, and so I always love doing his show, and he's going to come over and host a show on here, and so that should be a lot of fun. So basically, just stuff keeps coming up. So I'm like, well, I got to do a live for this and a live for that, and and then I'm always getting bitched at by everybody. Like, they're always like, well, how come you don't do more lives? How come you don't do more lives? And shit like that. So I'm always getting bitched at for it. So I'm like, well, fuck. All right, fine.
Yeah, I saw you over. Well, I was in the chat, obviously, on Ollie's channel. He's a nice guy, Ollie, though. I like Ollie.
Yeah. No, me too. Yeah. So, a lot of times we have problems because Alien Addict and I communicate through Twitter, and a lot of times I just don't go on Twitter, and so that's what will fuck up a lot of shit. But then a lot of times people try to contact me through Facebook, which I don't go on at all. I don't ever look at my Facebook anymore. It's so fucking rare that I'll go on that. Like, I'll never go on to it on purpose. Like, the only times I ever go onto it is because I fucking accidentally clicked something, or because it was in my notification and I hit it for some reason. But I just definitely don't fucking go on there, man.
Oh,
Hey, what up, Coop? How you doing, buddy?
Oh dear, we've got Coop.
Somebody boot Q. Someone
kick
Q off. Shut the fuck up, Cooper.
Yeah, shut up, Cooper, or I'll show that video I recorded of you the other day. You know the one I'm talking about.
Does Cooper, do you have a wrench? Where is Cooper's wrench? Oh, I don't see it on
It's
here.
there.
Does he have it?
Yeah, we should take it off him.
No, I'm saying, does he have one? He has a wrench, right?
Yeah, he has a
Okay,
wrench.
good. All right. You have a wrench, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't see him on StreamYard.
Yeah, Cooper doesn't deserve one, though.
Let's take his away.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna try to look for it.
No problem, Coop. I will.
Oh, I gotta turn down the. Okay, now I see he does have a wrench. Okay, cool. Dan Halbert saying, glad you're live now, watching from Upper Michigan, burning a fatty. Hey, I used to live in Michigan, not Upper Michigan, but I didn't live in the U.P. But I used to live in Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. Gyro, you usually go full retard. Ha! Cooper, you fuck. Cooper, come on. Oh, hang on. We got someone in the back. There we go. What we got here? What up, Shane Rodriguez Lantonio? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hi, Shane.
Just looking for something. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Trying to find my smokes.
Hey,
how's everybody tonight?
Good. Okay, I was gonna say, hey, you should check on the frame rate on your camera, but it looks like it's pretty normal now. Maybe just have to catch up.
Just a second. I'm just using my iPhone. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm not very tech savvy. Okay. Just give it a second. Hopefully it'll look okay.
Yeah, it's looking fine to me now, mate.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, normally I prefer to use my hey, what up, Raphael? To use my phone, my Galaxy Note Ultra 5G, which fucking rocks. But
yeah,
the camera on that
I was an Android fan.
Oh man, so I hate Apple so bad, dude. Fucking
See,
Android's
I
the
hated
way to
it, but
go.
I don't know. I got a deal on when I first went into Apple. I had a deal on a 10. It was like $300, so I went and got it because I needed a phone, and I've done it ever since. And now I got the 13 Max Pro. I love it. It works great for me. So
Yeah. No, I know that they have like they have great processing power. It's just the fact that you have to pay for everything when it comes to iPhone, dude. That's I think that sucks, man. And it's
yeah,
not
unless
really
you know
with everything.
computers, unless you know a little bit how to get around. But yeah.
Yeah, the only problem with an Apple is the fact that it's an Apple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I prefer Android all the way. But anyway, like my phone, like it looks so good on my phone. Like the camera quality of the phone is fucking phenomenal. However, there's certain features with StreamYard that I can only do with my PC that I can't do with the Android or with the phone, which kind of sucks. Like I can't share my screen.
Is this just me, or does it look like I have like a half a mustache on your guys' screen? It looks like I got like a
it's because of the shadow, but you can see it's just because of the shadow. It's the angle of your light.
It looks like I have a Hitler mustache.
It does. It does look a little Hitlerish.
Let me see if I can fix it.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say.
Is that a little better? Or?
Yeah, you're looking sexy now.
I'm always
what up, Luna Sparkles? How you doing? What up, Zach? How you doing, buddy? So anyway, what's going on, Shane? What do you want to talk about?
Not a lot. Anything. I just got in here. I was doing stuff today. I don't normally do anything much because of the cancer, so it keeps me bedridden a lot.
Oh man.
But my dad's been emptying out his garage. He has a really, really big garage, and he's been going through everything. And it's not UFO related, but we found like 16 boxes of old girly magazines, right?
Huh.
And my dad's like, well, let's just throw these away. I'm like, no way. Look at the dates. These are all below 80s. They're worth tons of money. I already had them checked out. Like we went brought a couple of them down to the pawn shop, and they're offering like $1,000 for the whole set. And I'm like, yeah, if you're offering that for the whole set, we could probably get a lot more. So,
no shit,
my dad, they're all in perfect condition too. All of them, absolutely perfect condition. No sticky pages. No. But
and I bet you back then all the women had like Major Bush.
Some of them, and some do, and some don't.
Okay, I'm gonna add you, Gyro, but you better not go fucking retard on us.
I'm not drinky tonight.
Oh, okay, good.
I got a serious question for you, Kyle, and I hope if you don't want to answer it, you don't. Okay, you were on Alien Addict the other day, right? You were on Alien Addict the other morning or yesterday morning, whenever it was?
Uh-huh.
Were you fucked up or faded, or can I swear on your
channel? Oh, dude, I was so fucking high. I was so fucking high. And I told the guys, man, I was like, dude, because I was supposed to come on there. We're supposed to start at 3:00. I didn't come on.
I know. I tried to wake up Richie for you guys, but he wasn't.
Dude, I was so fucking high. You gotta understand, dude. The fucking homeboy brought over some.
I don't care. No judgment. But I could see it like you look faded as fuck. I kept writing in the channel. I'm like, Kyle, you're faded.
Dude, I was so fucking high. I was like, oh man, like he brought over some stuff that was called birthday cake.
That's great.
I don't know if you guys have had it, man, but it was.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, it was a fucking crazy good strain, dude. Like we were fucking smoking. I was like, oh fuck! Like I was so fucking high, man. I was like, dude,
I give you credit for admitting it.
Man. I know, dude. And I had to fucking pop a bunch of Excedrin in the middle of the fucking broadcast just to fucking try to wake up, dude. Like, cause I was fucking lit, dude. I was like, I didn't think much of it, I was like, oh, dude, I was fucking smoking down, and then fucking like I was like, oh, I'll be fine, cause I get high during this, while we're fucking filming and shit. But sometimes I'll get high, and it's just like sometimes it's too strong. Like the weed is so fucking good. Like like I couldn't do a dab. Like see, he's doing a dab. Like if I did a dab, it would just knock me out. Like I was
same here.
Fucking asleep.
I rarely ever smoke, so if I do, it's like
start to go Philippine myself. I think.
Oh fucking! It was
all I got is one of these I just got one of these little vaporizers, and I usually just get Delta 8 because nothing's legal where I live, and it works just fine. But I only smoke it with my girlfriend, basically, So
Yeah.
that's about the only time I really smoke. But
Yeah, that's cool, man.
to me,
it
though,
was funny though because
I'm an ex-addict. I'm an
Alien Addict
ex-addict,
brought
and
that. He had
you
brought
look
that up
like
after the show. He's like, hey Kyle, man. He's like, hey, he's like, were you fucking? He's like, dude, you look fucking faded. I was like, dude, I'm still fucking high. I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
I
I
felt
wrote it
fucking
in the
bad
chat.
because I forgot that I actually tell you guys the truth. I
wrote it in the
forgot that we were
chat.
supposed to do a live like coming up. So when I got high, it wasn't until it was like right after I'd taken my last hit that I realized, oh fuck, I gotta go live. Like in my head, it wasn't for like a couple hours, but it was actually only like an hour away. And then I got fucking high. And then after I took my last hit, I realized, oh fuck, I gotta go on in like 20 minutes. And I was so fucking faded. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I even came on late and everything else. I was like, oh fuck, I can barely fucking do this, dude. I'm like, I wanted to quit the show so bad, but I was like, man, the show must go on. So I fought it until I could just barely keep up.
I'm sitting in the chat room. I'm talking with Dorothy Hawkins, and I'm like, dude, he's so faded.
Oh, I was fucking faded.
I'm an ex addict, and I looked at you like, I'm like, dude, that is like, yeah, he's having a good time.
Fucking faded, dude.
No, I don't. I thought it was funny. I just was like, "Oh man, that's great."
well, you gotta understand, like I'm in Washington, it's all weed's all fucking legal here. If you want weed, you just go to the store.
Actually, did mushrooms go? Did mushrooms go legal in Washington too now?
No, I don't know if mushrooms did. I know they did in Colorado, but I don't think they have here. But I'll tell you what, though, the fact that everything's the weed is all legal here. Medical. You can go to you go to a store, you can pick like the weed here is so high, it's so potent. I mean, it'll put you on your ass like you have no idea, dude. Like our joints out here are like super joints where they're mixed with fucking keef and hash and fucking dabs and wax. It's all in one joint. And I'm talking one hit. And you're fucking out, dude. Like you don't understand how potent our weed is. Like it's fucking crazy.
I believe it. I totally believe it. Because Wisconsin doesn't even have medical. All we have is federal Delta 8. So we can just get that. But
our boy on here, Cooper, he came down to visit me one time when I was living in Dayton, Washington, and he bought like a fucking ounce of this lemon weed, and I swear to God, the weed tasted like lemons more than real lemons did. Okay, it tasted like lemons more than the real lemon did. It was fucking crazy. It was like smoking a fucking pure lemon, man, and it was so fucking strong. Like just a couple of hits, dude, and you were fucking faded. You were out of it, man. It was crazy, dude.
That'd be good.
And it was funny because he bought like a fucking ounce of it and left it for me because he didn't want to. He couldn't go back with it or whatever. He left the fucking ounce with me. That fucking ounce lasted me like a month and a half, dude. Like I swear to God, like a month and a half. This fucking ounce lasted me, dude.
It's strong.
It wasn't
strong stuff, and you can get faded off weed. It's strong, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it was great, dude.
Well, thanks for like being truthful, but that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody.
No worries. You're obviously
funny.
You're new to the show. I know I've seen you comment and stuff before, so I know you're new to the channel or whatever, but this is nothing new, like to the channel, like fucking like, this is not a shocker to anybody to see me fucked up.
It's I don't care. I just thought it was funny. Yeah. It's no big deal. I don't judge anybody. I think we've talked. I have opinions. You have opinions. We've discussed a little bit like between Lou Elizondo and stuff, but not to bring him up. But like we've had our opinions, but I don't. I don't hate about it. I'm like my personality. If anyone wants to know, is like a ton like riches. So I just don't give a shit, honestly. But I have fun talking with everybody.
Right. What up, Kurt? How you doing, buddy?
Yes, on everybody's fucking trying to kill him, I think now.
Yeah, dude, I fucking, dude, I've gotten so fucked up. I've been on this show, dude. I've come on this show fucking coked out of my mind. Fucking, I've come on the show fucking tripping. I've come on the show fucking methed out of my mind. I've come on it all fucking fucked up on Percocet. And dude, I've come on this show. I've done every fucking drug like on this show, dude. It's crazy, dude.
Kyle, last time I was on your show, I was on shrooms.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, last time Terry was on, he was all shroomed out. So this is nothing. This is nothing.
I have
new,
to
you
say,
know?
I have to admit, it's a bucket list thing to get like some shrooms or LSD or something, because I've done it like once in my life and had a blast off of it, and it was like so many years ago, and I've never had anything around or ever since, you know. And I was on SSRIs for a while, so the mushrooms I could get they didn't do anything, and but like there are some perks to having terminal cancer. I mean, you
what's
probably
this?
can't show it on
Every night
YouTube,
you
but
tweet her on a murder spree here. What are you? I'm sorry. I have to break it for a minute, Sean. What I keep seeing this shit from Luna Sparkles. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What I keep seeing her comments on here.
I can't see them so little.
No, they're fucking crazy, man. Someone got a fucking murder, suicide. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I keep seeing this shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So somebody jumped off a bridge after stabbing people. Are you guys seeing this shit? Look at this shit, dude.
Yeah, I see it going across.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now.
And down the street from our house, like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
Holy shit, dude!
Wow. That's fucked.
What the fuck, dude?
That's really fucked.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, what up, Justin? Now you back? All right. So what the fuck, Luna Sparkles? Tell me what the fuck happened. Like, so like, did you know these people or something?
Q, I'm gonna have to go get my glasses, I think.
Look at you squinting like you're staring in the sun, motherfucker. He's like,
you can see that shit, man.
Yes,
that's why I got mine on.
She's saying
I gotta have mine on when I'm on a chat, or I can't see nothing.
Yes, it happened again. As in, this has happened once before. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. It happened again. What the fuck?
It's on night stalker mode.
It's news every day, not joking. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Jump on, dude.
Wow.
Come on, Alex.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, dude.
Everyone knows that.
Having a motherfucker stab and, murder, suicide, like, that's fucking insane, dude. Life in a big city, bitches. Right? Yo.
Damn.
Yeah, where do you live, Luna Sparkles? Like, what town are they having murder suicides every day?
Actually, suicides around the country have gone up humongously. I know a couple cops, and they've told me like they've had to deal with more suicides this past 2 years than their like 20 years in duty.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, one buddy told me, he's like, I had like one suicide in 10 years, and then now I've dealt with like 10 in the last 2 months.
No shit, dude.
There's that much shit going on at the moment in the world. It's not fucking surprising.
She said by Bohemian Grove.
Hey.
What, the fucking place that Alex Jones raided?
Sonoma County.
To say for Q, he's closer to any of us that are in this fucking shit that's going on over there.
Where the hell is Bohemia?
That's a bunch of shit.
Northern California? Is that what? I'm near there too. Oh, okay. Heaps of wankers off of themselves.
Don Helbert asked. Hey, Don Helbert asked, have you all heard about the spy balloons over the U.S.? There's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I personally haven't, but maybe you know.
Yeah, actually, I have heard about them. And they have them over Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Don. I know about. I forget where the other place. I just know for a fact one of the places that they have them is Utah. and Utah is fucking bitching about it. In fact, not only that, but we were talking about this the other day on Alien Addict, where also the FBI are flying around fucking filming like a whole area like nonstop, just like the balloons are, and they were doing it illegally and shit, and like tracking people with the Argus system, and it's just a bunch of fucked up shit, man. What up, Simon? How you doing, buddy?
So, Kyle, now as you're starting to do more streams, have you decided to do anything differently? Are you going to carry on doing your same epic stuff, or are you going to put a twist to it in any way?
Well, there's a couple things I was wanting to do. In fact, what I was wanting to do was actually, you know what? I might as well just do it now, because I was going to actually hit up you and Alex to see about doing a show with us three, and I was actually going to message you guys individually and talk to you about doing it, but since you guys are already on here, and literally I was going to do that today, I was going to message you guys today, but the live stream, I wanted to do it, when this report came out, so I was just like, oh, I'm just going to do it right now, but I was going to message you guys today to see about doing it. So I guess we could just go ahead and discuss that now. So that's something I was thinking about doing. If you guys are interested in doing it, I think it'd be cool. After we did our last live or whatever I just had, where you guys came on there, it was just so much fun having you guys all on, having you guys on there. But I thought, you know what, man, it'd be great to get us, to get like to get the old crew back, like at least us three, because we're like the main stars of it. To have us three doing a show, doing a live, and letting all of us coming in and basically doing our whatever, pick a show or pick a topic, and have that person basically host while the other two are just on there to answer, and we would just take turns like hosting it and doing different episodes about whatever and shit like that, man. If that's something you're interested in doing, I was actually going to ask you guys about it earlier or sometime today.
Well, I'm certainly interested in that.
Yeah,
I think Alex should take control of a show where he talks about bases on the dark side of the moon, because I still have footage from about 6 years ago where him and a gentleman from Australia went head to head, and oh my God, Kyle!
That was fucking awesome.
If you saw that footage, if they'd have been in the same room together, they would have been killing each other.
That was awesome. I remember that so much.
Right? Yeah, Cooper, what about you, buddy? You still on there? You down?
That's awesome you bring that up. My
That was a great. I'm going to say the word conversation, although it wasn't actually a conversation.
Yeah, who was he fighting with?
UFO bro.
Oh, yeah. Right,
dude. Kyle, they were killing each other.
Yeah.
They were nearly punching the screens. They were screaming at each other.
That, dude.
It was fucking hysterical.
Weren't you guys just doing a hangout?
Yeah. Alex started talking about the dark side of the moon and about his theory that there was a base there, and then the shit hit the fan.
Yep.
It went from 0 to 100 in a split second, faster than any UFO you've ever seen. So, yeah.
Here, Q, take over for a minute. I gotta go grab a drink.
I remember I remember hearing all about it from Wade too.
Yeah, there were about 6 or 8 of us on. In fact, no, I think there were 5 of us on.
I don't remember.
Jax was there as well.
I think I'm partially lost about what you guys are talking about.
Oh, what it was,
I just remember hearing about it. I don't know if I was there or not.
years ago, we were just on a private hangout, and there was like
Yeah.
Jax was there. There was about 5 or 6 people there, and we were just talking away the way we always did because we all have different opinions on different things, and we just thrash them out and talk about them. And this
We
particular
tackle each
day,
other.
Alex said that he believed that there were bases on the dark side of the moon. And literally before anybody had a chance to say anything, UFO bro started, I'll say, discussing bases not being on the moon, and in seconds it just went into a full-blown argument, and it was just an hour of them two screaming at each other. It was fucking hysterical. It was it's too hard to describe. It was just
That's
chaos.
fucking funny. Yeah, I heard of
It
that
was
shit,
great.
dude.
It was great.
Oh, I'm sorry. When was I making noise when I filled that drink up? My bad.
Yes, you were. That's why I muted
Sorry.
you. No worries.
I figured.
Um,
I didn't realize it was so close. My bad.
that's okay. Yeah, Cooper. So you're down, dude. That would be awesome. Let's definitely do that, dude. Let's set something
I
up.
don't know if you heard me, but I was saying I can't believe how much people like cry about everything. Disagree once, they get butthurt, and everyone.
What are you talking about?
Like, get over yourselves. Just what he was talking about, how the second they started arguing over it,
Oh
they're
yeah.
like, well, yeah, the second somebody doesn't agree with your opinion, like they can't just
Right.
talk about it. They got to get butthurt about it and then freak out,
That's what I did at a guy at work the other day.
That's why I laugh with the drama around. Like, I love listening to everyone's drama just because I find it entertaining.
I'm a fucking garbage man. I told him, I said, the garbage ain't gonna blow up and kill you. I said, slow the fuck down. He's like, fuck. He's on a fucking roll or something because he has bringing shit from home. I don't know. You don't bring that shit to work.
Okay, so Hannestown here is saying Hubble and JWST space telescopes can see galaxies far, far away, yet we have to guess what's on the moon and Mars. Hashtag welcome to the Matrix. Hashtag the Matrix is broken. All right, Hannestown, Bill Bowers, let me explain something to you. First of all, no, we don't have to guess what's on the moon and Mars. We have rovers that are literally on the surface rolling around. We have fucking satellite footage. I mean, we have them all mapped out with satellites. So it's not, I don't know why you're acting like we have to guess what's on there. Like we don't know. No, we definitely know. We definitely have craft up there roaming around taking fucking pictures.
You just don't get to know.
Yeah, so for you to say I could a Hubble and the space telescope can see galaxies far away, but we have to, like, there's some conspiracy there. No. What did the report say? The report literally didn't really say anything much more than what the official 9-page report said. It just had some extra stuff with it that got released. And just talking about like one thing that they came out which was new was that they had the shapes of the UFOs, and they have drawings of the shapes, but those are all blacked out. And there's a specific shape that they know for a fact is a fucking like a true UFO. Like if you see this shape, this is one that they encounter a lot, that they've picked up on different sensors and that they know for a fact is not of earthly origins. And so that was kind of cool, man.
Here's a question for you, Kyle. How do you feel about over the last year or so, there's been a couple of objects that have come in relatively close to Earth, that have whizzed through our solar system and have been pretty close to hitting the planet. How do you feel about them? Yeah, we had that sausage-shaped one.
I'm pissed because they missed. What do you mean? How do I feel?
No, I mean, why do you think
Sorry.
why do you think in the last year there's been 3, I believe? There was one actually just 3 weeks ago.
Well,
Why
I mean,
why are these
no,
things
that's just the
suddenly
one.
coming
That's
in?
because they're being able to actually catch them now and see them and shit like that. I mean, I bet you it happens all the fucking time, and we just miss them, most of them. But I bet you it happens like all the fucking time, dude.
So do you think these things have been missing us in the last 10 years and we've just not been able to detect them?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, like they miss us all the fucking time, and we just get lucky if we get to detect one that misses us. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, the thing is like we're able to fucking track and see fucking everything that goes into that comes into our space and shit like that, and at a certain size, or I mean, we have stuff that, I heard like the military has telescopes and shit like that can track stuff the size of a softball in orbit. This is true. Like they can really, the size of a softball in orbit, they can fucking track. But they don't have these things set up all over the world. They only have them set up in certain places or whatever. So, so if you get like an object that's coming in where it's going to end up hitting, like going over Russia, then we probably won't be able to fucking detect it. Like the asteroid that hit fucking Russia. In 2013 or whatever, we weren't able to fucking pick that up because it was like right over the fucking motherland. So we don't have any of our equipment directly over there. So we wouldn't see something like that coming, but that's not big enough for it to cause enough damage for us to be like, oh, we need to concern ourselves with it. We are looking for stuff that's big enough to where we need to be concerned that if it hits, it's going to cause major fucking issues. And even then, like most of the time, most of the time they're going to get destroyed anyways. Like fucking even the ones that you see in space that are really fucking big, by the time they fucking hit Earth, they're almost fucking nothing. Yeah, I mean, like it takes a fucking, by the time they actually hit Earth, they become just fucking meteorites. You hardly ever get like an actual fucking explosion. That's super rare. Even big ones, they usually end up becoming like air bursts, and you get like a tiny fucking meteorite.
Tunguska is still the biggest one in our
What's up?
Is like Tunguska still probably like our biggest explosion?
Yeah, I think so. One that happened in relatively in our time or whatever. Yeah, because you could see all the damage that was done by the Tunguska one, but also the one that happened in 2013. I think if that would have taken place over a forest, like it probably would have done the same amount of damage to the trees and shit. So because the Tunguska one was like an air burst, so it didn't have an impact crater, but the one in 2013, I mean, those were like atomic bomb size explosions, and if it would have happened over a forest, it would have fucking obliterated the forest just the same. But yeah, so I don't know which would actually be bigger. I mean, Tunguska event was a big fucking event, but that one in 2013 would have done the same amount of damage if it had hit a forested area. It just so happened to hit in an area where it went into a fucking it had an air burst, which happened over a fucking basically just like a rural fucking community. There's nothing really out there. There's no really forest. There's some buildings and some houses and. But it would like literally like blew up in the middle of fucking nowhere over nothing.
I think if that would have hit over like a city, let's say it hit over New York, it would have probably caused a humongous EMP and a lot more damage though.
Yeah, it probably would have caused some, it probably would have caused some fucking a lot of building damage and shit, but I mean,
do you think if they saw
like
something coming in, I'm not sure what their protocol is for it, but do you
also
think...
if it came through New York, it probably wouldn't have done anything just because there's so much fucking pollution and dirty air over New York that it probably would, over Russia and shit like that. The air is a lot cleaner. There's not much stuff out there, and so it would have fucking had, didn't have so much shit to go through. Coming through like I doubt it would have even came close to fucking even touching the ground in LA. You know, it would have became nothing because it's so fucking polluted. You know, it would have blew
All
up in the
smog.
fucking atmosphere, dude.
But if something really, really big was going to happen, something that was going to be life-changing for a large part of the planet, and they knew this was going to happen in, let's say, 3 days' time, there's fuck all they can do about it. Do you think they would tell us?
No.
No, absolutely not.
Why would they? What would be the point of that?
Exactly.
If there's nothing they can do about it, then the one thing that they can do about it is cause people not to panic, because they can't save anybody. So if they can't save anybody, then why cause people to panic? You know,
they're going to take that time to get to their bunkers and, you know, and not say a word. So that, because if they do say a word, then everyone else is going to try to get to those bunkers too.
you know,
and they're not going to be able to get there on time.
But of course, if the bunkers aren't going to protect you anyway, then what's it matter? You know,
right?
It's just saying if it's this is going to be an event that's going to fucking do nothing to protect you, fuck it.
What do you guys actually think of like a pathos? Like, here's a big one. What do you think about a pathos coming between Earth and the Moon in 2029, and then coming back in 2036, and they don't even know? I don't know why, but I have this feeling like they're worried about something with that, because like the amount of, I think, science and engineering going into retract, or like how to, you know, what do you call it, move an asteroid or whatever, is really big. It seems like that to me right now. And I'm wondering if they're trying to, or deflect an asteroid. There you go. I'm wondering if they're doing that and thinking about that because they know of this one. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think they'll be able to move I think they'll be able to deflect an asteroid, no problem. There's so many different things. It's such an easy thing to do. I mean, even like fucking, you can blast one side of it with a laser, you know, and cause it to move its trajectory.
Yeah.
You mean you can just put a little rocket on it and cause it to move its trajectory. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. I mean, you barely just have to give it a nudge to send it off course.
Here's a good one. Yeah, let's say we have like an asteroid the size of Mount Everest coming towards us. Do you think, like, if there's aliens out there, that they would help the planet?
No.
Because I don't think they're worried about helping us, but I think they possibly could be worried about helping the planet. And I'll tell you why.
It happens that fucking asteroids crash into the planet all the time, and the planet gets killed off. You know, fucking, we go through extinction events all the fucking time. So it's like, who are they to fucking go and save a? It's like, that's a natural part of fucking living in the universe.
Here's why I think they might. If they had anything to do with like changing our DNA and genes to be for them. You know, like if they have anything to do with why we came to be, then possibly. But okay, here's the 2012 theory with the CE. What is it? The CET.
CE5.
Still saying sun. No, the sunburst storms, big ass sunstorms.
A solar storm.
Called, like, yeah, like when the sun shoots off like a storm towards us. What's this called? It's called like a
solar flare.
Solar flare.
Yeah, well, yes, but the abbreviation's like CEEA or something like that. I can't remember. But I watched like a documentary, and I don't know if it's BS or not, but it was something about like back in 2012 when, you know, we were supposed to end, the world was supposed to end, and they talk about how like they made this hypothesis about how we had the calendar wrong, and it was like 6 months earlier, because like in July there was one of these sun storms that came towards us, and it magically, like, by itself deflected off before it went towards us, but it was strong enough to like break through our magnetic field. So it's like, did we deflect it or did someone else? And it's been a while since I saw it. I'd love to actually find that documentary again, remember what it was called, but I don't know if you ever heard of that or not. So that made me wonder if it was possibly like the planet is protected for like major, just anything that would destroy the actual planet, you know?
No, I don't think UFOs or aliens
would
would come and protect the planet at all. I don't think that's even their concern. I think they're really indifferent to us.
Do you think that these planets, though? Do you think that our planets, though, are rare? Do you go by the rare theory, or do you think that there's like Earths all over it? Now I know there's Earth-like planets all over.
Yeah, there's Earths
where there's perfect living. Right. Well, I'm going by like the perfect living Earth, though. Like like you have to have our moon has to be here. We have to be in the exact right spot. We have to have all these things that are just so perfect. But that's for us, though. Of course,
Yeah,
I
of
personally
course,
think that
exactly.
there's different types of bacteria that grows all over the place and turns into like I don't know. I have this feeling that there's like water beings in Europa,
Sure,
like that could
Well, I
be
mean, you could
smarter
have a
than
being,
us.
you could have a carbon, you can have a carbon-based life form, or you could have a silicon-based life form. I mean, like you could
Right?
have
Maybe
fucking,
there's a life form that we
I
don't
mean,
even
you could have life
understand.
forms where they breathe methane. And that's how
Right.
that instead of oxygen, shit like that. I mean, so it
Right.
could be a bunch of
Or
different,
they drink ammonia instead of water, like that.
yeah, exactly. So life forms can come in any kinds of shapes and sizes. So do I think Earth's rare like that? No, not by any means, man. I think
Well-
fucking Earth or planets with all kinds of life on it probably exist throughout the fucking universe.
I mean, life just on this planet is so varied. I mean, you've got you've got creatures that don't have eyes because there's no light where
There's no
they are.
light, exactly.
You've got shrimps that are able to take such pressure and heat because they live next to thermal vents. It's life
Tardigrades, there you
just
go.
on this little piece of dust that we live on. The life is so varied, it's ridiculous. And that's why I think when people say, oh, aliens don't exist, you've got to be small-minded to say
Yeah, you
that
gotta be fucking
aliens
real
don't
small-minded.
exist. I mean, I've always said aliens exist. I'm just stuck on, have they actually been here? That's my standpoint.
Yeah, No, I believe that definitely. I mean, like I said, most UFOs I think are probably probes. Probably a probe from what, Gyro?
You got plants that eat insects, dude.
Yeah, Well, I believe that most UFOs are probably like
Day of the Triffids,
like
man. Day of the Triffids.
Yeah, that's what I think.
To think
Most
about,
of them are probably don't have like an alien inside of them, but probably just a means for collecting data or collecting information or whatever, and then sending that back to wherever the fuck they're from in the first place. So, and I'm sure some of them probably have some astronauts
so you mean
on them.
non-intelligent? You mean okay? So
See,
you believe more in that it's intelligently controlled, but not biologically controlled, basically.
Well, that it could be that it could be sent out by the UFO is like conscious itself. So whether it has a pilot or it's being controlled like an avatar from somewhere distant or remotely piloted, but I mean definitely the UFO is conscious itself, but whether or not there's an actual living being inside of it, I don't know.
Correct.
I mean, I'm assuming some of them probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. I've never seen a UFO. I got into it, but I've never had an experience. Never seen a UFO. Never been anywhere near something that looked wild. I always wished I had. But my thing is, I started I met all you guys through Dark Hour Paranormal because I had an NDE. I did die once. My cancer. Shoot, I was given 6 months to live about a year and a half ago, right? And I had a stroke and died for about 3 minutes, right? So, and when I died, I had a complete NDE. I didn't see lights or anything, but basically, I felt like I just floated out of my body. I could see like an astral. I felt like astral, and I don't know if I dreamt it or the DMT in my head made me see it, but I felt like absolutely no pain. I just didn't feel anything. I felt astral and almost just complete energy form. And I was able to I don't know if I was floating away or what, but at first I remember I was there, I could almost see everything around me, but I didn't want to leave, but yet I didn't want to be there anymore because it felt so peaceful. I would say. I didn't see God, I didn't see a white light or anything like that, but it was pretty crazy, I would say. I don't have a ton of information about it because what I can remember, but I have died once already. So, and clinically or whatever. But I actually they were just about to call me, and I had a heartbeat hit back. So I
Wow.
was like, yeah, I mean, I don't really remember much of that. I was just told that they were about to call me, and boom, beep, beep.
Wow, it's fucked up.
Yeah, especially.
And
Our flesh is
you
heavy,
know, and
right?
now I quit doing chemo. I don't do anything anymore. I don't. The only thing I do for my
So
cancer
you never
treatment
got into
is
UFOs before talking
no.
to.
I've been into UFOs since I was like 13 years old, but I just haven't. I didn't like go on YouTube or like, I wasn't into all the communities. You
No,
know.
oh, I see.
Well,
Okay, all right.
right
Yeah.
there you go. But no, I've been into UFOs since and like cosmo or astrology since I was like 13 years old. But I've never seen anything. I had one time
And
ever that could have maybe been something, but I passed it off as probably nothing. But I
oh
was
yeah,
up in like
well,
Green Bay,
believe me.
We
If you have a
right?
do.
UFO experience, believe me, you know it's a
Right.
UFO.
Well,
You
I
know,
could
there's
tell you
no
the
like
stories really
well,
quick if
maybe.
you don't mind. The story is really quick if you don't mind. I could tell you and
Go
see
ahead.
what you think. But
Sure.
I was at a timeshare that I have up in Green Bay, and it's way out in like the woods type of thing, but it's a nice big cabin house. And me and my ex girlfriend at the time, we were out. It's really nice, warm out, like 80 degrees. I don't remember when it was, but we're looking up, and it was shortly after like first time I ever heard about like CE5, and we were joking about it with my girlfriend. We're like, hey, let's meditate and see if we see anything, and we both like closed our eyes and did something. When we opened it, all of a sudden, like I swear it was a shooting star, but the thing it went right by it like by us real slow, and then like sped up, but it didn't go down like a shooting star. But that's what that's what I bunked it as. But it was insane. The second we thought about it, it appeared and then went away, and it happened for both of us.
Well, that's cool. You know,
Yeah,
because
that's like the
when
closest thing
CE5 is
that we've
fucking
ever
cool.
had.
You know, it just kind of
Right,
happens. You know, you do it without even
right.
realizing it.
Right. I'm not saying I talked to aliens. I didn't hear any voices, nothing like that.
No,
I
no,
just
yeah.
all of a sudden we're thinking about it. We're doing it together, and this light goes across the sky. I mean, and I took it as like a shooting star, but what's the odds at the exact moment that would happen? You know?
Real.
Mm-hmm. No, no. You know, it's not, I mean, who knows what it is really, but
Me and my
can
ex-wife
I
had
tell
a couple
35-second
experiences.
video of a UFO I caught, mate? Yeah, I don't know how though. Oh wait, you'd have to fucking send it to me. You have to email it to me. I think.
I think I told you about that one before, Kyle. Thank you. Where me and my ex-wife, right before we had my first, well, I only have one child that I know of, but yeah, we're sitting there where there's a pull off. We were sitting there getting stoned, and I was drinking a few, and all of a sudden this fucking
Justin, send
beam
it to my email.
comes right down through the fucking hood of the truck. It was the most weird experience I ever had.
Wait, what was it?
This
What?
beam of light came right through the truck, like the hood of the truck. And as I was trying, it was real weird. I told you guys about this a long time ago, I believe. I was trying to get up, and she was trying to get up at the same time, like to look out the window to see where this fucking light was coming from. And then it just turned out. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time after that, I was drinking, I feel a little droggy. But I was thinking maybe a cop was shining a spotlight, but there's no fucking roads over there. There's there's one road that goes in, and that's it.
So it
The
was
rest
just a
of
beam of light that you saw come out of nowhere, and it came and hit the hood of your truck.
it came right through the fucking hood of the truck.
And did it go into the fucking cab of the truck?
Yeah, it was filled. It was filled. We were lit up like fucking white, like a spotlight. Say if a helicopter was a shine a fucking beam of light on top of you.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right.
But it seemed like it came through the hood of the truck too. It was weird as hell. That was me and my ex-wife.
Yeah, well, but I mean, like, how do you know it went like through the hood of the truck? You mean it shined on your hood, right?
Well,
And then,
it could have at the point because, like I said, I was drinking at the time too. But there's no other roads over there.
you fuck.
There's no. I'm just telling you, there's no other roads where there could be a spotlight.
Justin, you're not able to post your video in the comment section. That's not going to work. You have to send it to my email.
And Kyle, listen, there was no sound whatsoever. No sound whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was just like a fucking light switch turned off. Soon as we started getting up to look out the windshield, I actually started opening the door at the same time. And as soon as I did that and looking out the windshield, it just turned off like a fucking light switch.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
That's the weirdest experience I've ever had.
Justin wants to know what color the light was.
Kyle, I've just sent you that video.
Yeah, I
that
see
was
it right
just
now.
being talked about.
Yep.
I don't know whether you can share it from there.
I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me see.
The color of the light was like a bright fluorescent, like a halogen light, but really not bluish. It was white. It was a bright light, fucking white as can be.
That's cool. Hang on a second. Let me try to get this.
That was my first experience. Like, well, maybe I can't say that because I told you.
There's no audio with the video, Kyle, so you don't have to worry.
Hey, what up, Will MC? How you
sharing
doing,
the
buddy?
audio.
Hey, nice guys to see y'all.
How you doing, brother?
I'm fine. Hope you guys are awesome.
Good. Oh yeah, Will, I was checking out your videos, man. Oh, they were pretty cool, dude. I was putting them all together in a video. But I got some other people's videos I wanted to put it together with to make a little compilation video, and I got Justin's video here, and I'm trying to share it real quick. Hang on, let me see if I can.
Yo, Will, long time no see, mate.
Yeah, man. I'm still alive.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, dude.
Yeah, man.
Very long.
For
I
self-traveling.
think I've only seen him like 3 times.
How you doing, Will? I don't think I've met you.
Yes, we saw maybe.
Like 3 times or so I met you, I think.
Let's see.
Not in person, but.
All right, here we go. And
Hey, I have found that I meet a lot of cooler people on the internet than I do in real life. It's like it's so true.
The world is
more interesting. I can say that.
all right, hang on a second, you guys. All right, here we go. All right, hang on, you guys. I'm gonna share this video real quick with Justin's UFO video. Yeah, 1 second.
I'm not sure whether it'll let you share it, you know, Kyle, because
yeah, you know what? Hang on, dude. What we gotta do here? I'm gonna have to I'm gonna take some people off real quick and then throw this video up real quick. Let's see here. Now I should be able to fit us all in there. Let me see. Now I get to go to share this motherfucker right here.
I'm not sure whether it'll let you share it because it's from YouTube.
Yeah, it should let me share it. Here we go. There we go. You guys seeing it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, so Justin, if you're hearing this, like, what is the context of the video? Like, so, you know, there is there's no fucking context to go with it. Could you guys see that at home?
Yeah, we could see.
Okay, so, yeah, there is like zero context with that video. And so we have no idea what what that even was. Like where, what you know, Justin, like we have to say, you have to tell us like were you looking up in the sky? Were you looking at a mountain? I mean, what were you looking at? Because I'm like, if that was up in the sky, if that was a UFO, you know, there was no other stars in the video. Like what, you know, we had nothing to compare it to. So tell me what you guys, what the hell was that? Yeah, I always wish I could see a day and night shot, right? Cooper, I always say the same thing. Get a, you know, wherever you're taking a video of a UFO, get a video of that same area in the daytime too. That way you can overlay to the two videos and you can get an idea of where the video was in real, or where the UFO was in real time. Like, you know, so it's always best to get, you know, the two shots of the same location and then overlap it, you know, unless you have the video in daytime, then it doesn't matter. You know, like Will MC's video is in the daytime. I have that on here actually. We take a look at that too. Let's take a look. Let's see. Let me find that.
I have to send you more pictures that you can see the timestamps. You have to be fast. You have to be really fast. Sometimes it's 1 second and
yeah. Let's see. Let's just try to hang on a second. Let me get this set up to go.
And I don't have camera anomalies, but always when the dot is coming, it's like, yeah, everything is moving. Like I've made photos. I got some shots. Normally they're not inside. Normally my camera is working, but something goes out from the dot that you can't film it. It destroys your video.
Oh yeah, no, you know that happens a lot, dude. Where you know you're trying to film a UFO, and then it's always a pain in the fucking ass. There's always something happening. Shit won't focus, or it's too bright, or you know you can see it with your eyes, but the camera don't pick it up. That's always a bunch of bullshit, dude.
There's nothing.
Okay, so here, can you guys see? So.
It's in German. They show you.
Here, hang on a second. So got the little magnifying glass up.
Yeah.
So we'll see when it pops up first. Let's see.
Also, da oben steht die ganze Zeit ein Objekt. Das geht mal an und wieder aus. Manchmal an einer Stelle. Also heller.
God damn, what the fuck was that?
Ja, also, vielleicht bringt es.
I know it's on here. Where the fuck is it?
Hoffe ich habe das Handy an die richtige Stelle. Also mit dem Auge ist es super zu sehen.
Aha, there, I just passed
Nur
it.
so ein Punkt, wo ich schon mal gesehen
I
habe,
thought.
wo von einem Punkt zum anderen springt. Alter,
Ah, there it is. You see it?
It's so small.
There
Yeah.
it is. There it is. See him? Oh,
Ah,
right there. Look at that little motherfucker.
jetzt habe ich dich wieder. Die ganze Zeit an derselben Stelle. What the heck?
What the heck? That's the one thing we understand.
It jumps from one point to another. It's crazy. It was 25 minutes and I've got much better videos and I see that I can share here also. Maybe I can show you something.
Yeah,
Only if you got time.
sure. Close this up. All right. So,
No, Raf, I think what you're saying is a B. That wasn't the actual object that we're looking at. That was probably a B, close to the camera.
yeah, there were some like bugs and
The-
shit flying around in there. Though,
Yeah,
so,
there were bugs on the actual footage, but that's
now
not what they're actually talking about.
you see the monitor right now? My monitor?
See what? Oh yeah, hang on.
Do you see my? Okay, nice, good.
There we go.
I saw your first pictures I've made. Like here and here.
Oh yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And now I'll show you the video.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not the video I want to show you.
Okay.
Sorry. Stop it. Okay. Okay. It's also the wrong.
Get the right one on there real quick.
Yeah. There we go. What I've done. Yeah.
And no, Justin, it doesn't look like a fucking plane. I don't know. It looks like fucking a blob.
I think I got it.
Think you got it? Go ahead. Throw it up there. Yeah, no worries. Don't flip out. You're all good. Take your time on it, you know. You're all good.
Here, over there by, you see the mouse also?
Yeah.
Good.
You see it, yeah.
Okay. I got it. You see the black dot here?
Yes.
Here it comes.
There's the white one, okay.
No, it's black. It's here. You see, it's solid. It's got a shadow. It's black. And now it's get white. Here and here.
Oh wow.
I think it's really small that you can.
Huh.
But you see what I see? I don't know. Maybe it's too small.
You see the way you're trying to do it forward slowly using pause? Have you tried using the arrow keys to just knock it forward one frame?
I've used like when I use the Windows Media Player, it doesn't stop like this. You can't see frame for frame, but what do you mean?
You got VLC. You got the VLC media player. You can use that to go frame by frame.
VLC media player, okay. Yeah. Maybe you can make it. I can give you the video, and I don't got like editing skills or video skills to do something like this.
Well, I've already started to work on a video with it, so fucking well. But I'll save that for when I actually put the video out, because yes, I do have that on going through it frame by frame. I do that with Camtasia and shit. So yeah, I was already working on that video since you sent me that, you know. But yeah, it was actually pretty cool, man.
It was 25 minutes.
And make it a negative image to better track it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. You know. Have fun, Raphael.
Raphael from Austria. Greetings.
There is
Smell
my
you later,
email.
Raf.
Yeah, so someone was asking for my email. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, anyway, well, since how long we've been on here, man? Okay, so we're almost 2 hours. I usually only try to do an hour. I ended up doing 2. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. But I want to thank everyone for coming and joining me on the show today. You know, Shane, Will MC, and QVid, and Alex. Too bad we didn't get your ass on here, Gyro and shit. Everybody else in the chat room, and Justin, all you guys sharing your videos and your experiences with it. You know, that's what we're here for. So make sure you come back out and check us out next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Go buy some UFO proof merchandise. Hell, just send me some money. Okay, go donate to my PayPal. Go buy a UFO proof T-shirt. Whatever the fuck you have to do so I can get paid. That's what you need to do. All right. I will see you guys next time. All right. UFO proof out. All right.
Hey,
Later,
Cal,
guys.
thanks for having us on, brother.
Smell you later, guys.